Hello everyone, welcome to Steins Gate Zero, next episode. This ominous music is truly welcoming, isn't it? So, what day is it today? I think the 2nd of January again. I've replayed of the content that we've already seen. And this time I'm going to answer to Krisu, because last time I ignored her. And in that way we reached the ending that we saw finished last episode. If you haven't checked it out, feel free to do so. Last episode was fucking shit show. Let us continue with even more shit show by getting another ending and answering Krisu. By the way, also someone took over Amadeus, so I don't know what the hell we are getting by answering this. Let's go. I'm kinda scared not gonna cap, and I've also made myself some hot, not really chocolate, but like cacao, I guess. Please don't make me spit it out.
Moshi moshi.
Oh, she looks so upset! I feel so bad for ignoring her! No. We can do this. Together? Together? Ah, I ignored her! Bitch, I ignored this message.
Krisu!
What is happening? In that instant. Whoa, I suddenly felt incredibly dizzy and everything went black. Okay, another timeline. It is 0 at the beginning. That is very bad. If there's a 0 at the beginning, that is awful. If there's not a single 1 as the first, like, number, we're fucked, bro. I don't know why I think that way, but we are fucked, bro. We are still here, though. We are still at the lab. Damn, it intro sounds like a fish that is dying. I felt like I was floating up from the bottom of a black pit. Yo, my mind slowly began to clear. Okay. The lab? I slowly looked around the room. There was no way I could mistake it. This was the future gadget lab. The place I'd been just a moment ago. There was nothing unusual about it. Tell that to yourself. Except for the fact that everyone was missing. We also don't have our phone. They'd been there just a moment ago, but now they were all gone. Why can I not look at my phone? I looked at the clock. It had been just about 3 PM when I'd finished my call with Maho. Only a few minutes had passed. Even if I'd passed out, it was impossible to imagine all of them leaving me here. They teleported. They were never here to begin with, Rintaro Kwan. Which meant...
Masaka.
I took a slow walk around the room. There were other strange things. Daru's PC, for example. There was a thin layer of dust on the key. No, did Daru die or some shit? No! Oh, this is gonna be fun, guys. Yippee. As if no one had used it for a while. And then the corner of the room. Normally that was where Mayuri put her bags. The paper bags where she always put the cosplay outfits she was working on. I'd seen them there just a moment ago, but now they were gone. So Mayuri's not here either. Could this be?
Mata.
Yeah.
世界線が変わった。
Yup. But why?
そういえば。
Krisu's words from before. Help. Yeah. She looks so upset. Oh my god, I feel so bad for ignoring her! Oh no. I didn't know what you were about to tell me, okay? I just followed my guide. I'm so sorry, yeah? Why would Krisu say something like that? Because someone is trying to hack her for some reason, I think. Did it have something to do with the word line change? I took the phone out of my pocket and went to start the Amadeus app, and then I stopped. It's not there. Can I look at my... I can't look at my contacts, unfortunately. Yeah, Amadeus is gone. The Amadeus icon was gone from my phone.
どういうことだこれは
So either we never met Maho, or Amadeus was never developed in this timeline. My mind raced to try and come up with an explanation. But of course I came up with nothing.
落ち着け
Yep.
とにかく状況を確認するんだ
Yeah, look at your contacts, look who's there. I needed to calmly find out what this world was like. Yeah. I was about to walk toward the door to find out when... The back of the room. I heard a sound from the back of the development room, which no one ever used anymore. Which is sad. Man, that was our homie spot. Someone was there. Who? Daru? No. Mayuri? No. Is it Krisu? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. It's probably not Maho either. I don't think that we've met Maho in this world line. Who could it be? I honestly can't really think of anyone. Suzuha? I don't know if Suzuha's here. We'll see. I slowly approached. Ain't no fucking way! Ain't no way! Oh, no. There's no fucking way. I almost couldn't breathe. I never forgot. I never forgot. The girl standing there. It's her! It's actual Krisu! It's not Kagari or anyone, it's actually Krisu. Bruh. She's alive? Does that mean Mayuri is dead? Oh no. Does that mean Mayuri is dead again? I think we're back at the Alpha World line. Ryan? Or maybe another one. I don't fucking know. It's actually her. What the fuck? Antinomic duel. Hello, Krisu. Max the Krisu was looking down at something. She's alive, bro. She's sure alive. Krisu couldn't be here. Well, she is here because she was dead. Was I seeing things? Was my desire to see her making me hallucinate? But it seemed far too realistic to be a hallucination. Still, it felt that if I spoke a word, she'd disappear. Oh man, this is so interesting to see right after the previous ending. Where Krisu, like, died, basically, for the second time now. I'm actually excited, like, if this is actually alive Krisu, I'm actually, like, excited to see her again. Oh, Rintaro, you're gonna have a mental episode this Oh my god, you're gonna have a mental health crisis this episode, I swear to god. I couldn't say a thing. What was she staring at without even moving a muscle? She was so still that I thought she must be a hallucination after all. But then... She finally exhaled a little and slowly turned around. We got her old sprite back! It's her! Oh my god, bro. Oh no, I'm not ready for this. I'm gonna spill my drink most likely. My throat was dry and I couldn't speak. This poor guy. Oh my god. Oh my god! I feel like he's going to pass out. Thanks! Oh no! No! My therapist will hear about this. There's no way. It's not often I see you come by anymore. The Rintaro of this world line sucks ass. He doesn't visit Krisu. He doesn't know how good he's having, bro. Oh, Rintaro! Get it together. Get it together. He probably won't get it together, let's be real.
Chris.
Ah! I'm good. I'm good.
Chris.
Give me a CG of them hugging. Oh, give me a CG of them hugging, I swear to god. I wish! Even her slightly peeved expression.
Chris.
Oh, man! If only you knew. And the gentle flash you sometimes saw in her eyes. And this. Oh, yeah! I'm good! Even her what? It feels like coming home. We are home! I feel... Man! You know what, Rito? Enjoy what you're having right now, bro. It wasn't a hallucination or an artificial intelligence on a screen. It was the real Max Krise. The real life Max Krise. Oh! Oh my god, bro. Fucking... This voice actor's performance is the cause of my mental issue.
ねえ
Plural.
お願い話して
No.
すまないでも
Fuck.
もう少しだけこのまま
Oh. Guys, I'm not surviving this episode. What? Dude, my heart is in shambles!
あんたもしかして泣いてるの
Yeah, bitch! I realized for the first time that my cheeks were wet. Oh! Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm dying. I felt her soft hands on my back.
心配しないでもう平気だから
クリス
大丈夫よ大丈夫だから
She whispered to me in a soft voice and patted me on the back and wrapped her arms around me like a kind mother holding a child. Yeah, that's what I also thought. Holy shit.
すまなかった
I had that episode, I'm sorry. I finally calmed myself down. She was still there. Yeah, she still existed. Now that I'd calmed down, I realized what that meant.
気にしないで
Shit, is Mayuri dead?
無理もないわよ私だって時々あるものそういうこと
Does it?
そういうこと
思い出したんでしょまゆりのこと
Fuck! Guys, we're back. No! Man, this was a very, very sweet moment, but I knew this game would pull shit like this. Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay, game. That's right, Carissa was here. Which meant this was the Alpha world line. The world without Mayuri. The world where Mayuri died. Crazy that us answering Amadeus brought us here. Some small part of me had wished that this was the world beyond Steins Gate. God, I wish too! That it was a new future, which someone else had opened for me. But of course that was too good to be true. There was no way for me to know what had happened. But I must have made my choice. To give up on Mayuri. There was the future where she was gone. Yeah. Huh? Confronted once more with the reality of Mayuri's death, my heart felt like it was about to burst.
マユ
Oh. This guy can't catch a fucking break. How had she died? Deep breaths.
岡部
Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. Was she pushed in front of a train? He's having an episode. Shit. Did they shoot her? Oh my god. Dude, he's choking. Oh.
落ち着いて
Chris's tiny hand wrapped around mine. Oh.
ほら深く息を吐いて
Oh man. Little by little, my racing heart began to calm down. This sucks, bro.
私
Everything
が
about
余計な
this.
こと言っちゃったから
Oh, fuck, 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 fuck. How am I supposed to handle this?
いやそうじゃないんだ
Oh my god.
そうじゃ
How is Rintaro even going to try to explain this?
薬飲む水持ってくる
Do I have medicine that I regularly take? I rummaged through my pocket and found a small box of pills. It was the same anxiety medication that I'd already been taking. Even in this wildland, I was still on the same drugs. Bro, because the writers don't give you a goddamn break! No matter what wildline. Bruh. I looked around the room while Chriso got me some water from the tap.
ねえ岡部どうして
Why did I sacrifice Mayuri for you? Don't confront me with this.
どうしてここに来たの
Come back?
ここにはずっと寄りつかなかったでしょ
Oh.
橋田も来なくなったし
Oh shit. Wow, it really broke up because of Mayuri's death.
誰も
The room was awfully clean then. It's kinda sad that Rintaro didn't know that Daru wasn't visiting the lab because he's from another timeline, and yet Kirisu didn't question it, so me and Daru like aren't really communicating as much then in this world line. I took a closer look and saw that there were a few places like Daru's PC that were covered in dust, but the rest seemed to have been regularly cleaned.
お前はクリスは来ていたのか。
時々ね。じゃないと寂しいだろうと思って。
They would be sad. I didn't have to ask who they were. Mary loved this place. Oh! Guys, I hate this. I hate this. I love this. Now I hate this. I want to go. She loved the future gadget lab. Man, this is actually like breaking my heart. Holy shit. She loved the time she spent with all the lab memes. Yeah, she really did. Oh, fuck. This is hitting so heavy, bro.
どうして謝る？
だって
She feels guilty for surviving. I feel like she knows that she's the cause of Mayuri's death here. I waited but no answer ever came. What was she apologizing for? For talking about Mayuri? For making me remember? Or for making me choose?
クリス。
Oh, fuck.
何？
あ、いや、なんでもない。
Oh, bitch. All the time I feel nothing. I'm so tired of it. Okay. If I said something, she'd answer me right away. I could reach out and touch her. That alone brought me to the verge of tears. If I just stayed here like this... What was I thinking? I'd given up on everything and left her to die. And still I was happy to be back here in this wildland with Krisu. As I was sad over losing Mayuri, part of me was thinking I wanted to stay here. Even though I didn't have the right. If there was a god in this world, he must be a cruel, twisted being. Dude, whoever wrote the plot of this game was like, yes, I love being a cold, twisted being of a god. Why was he doing this to me again? God, I knew, I wish I knew. Was what I'd done that wrong? I'd already made my choice once. There was no way to save the world. Outside of the Steins gate? Probably not, yeah. There was no way to save Krisu. But you can still enjoy the time you have, I guess. With Krisu in front of me, I was already starting to waver. Should I go back to the beta world line? Should I send the D-mail?
Huh?
Do we have... Oh no! The IPN world line is back! The D-mail?
そういえば、電話レンジカッコ仮はどうした？
How long has it been since I've heard this?
だってあんたが破棄させたんでしょ？忘れたの？
Smart man, but we're fucked now.
ああ、そうだったな。
The phone wave no longer existed, it seemed. Of course it didn't. Its mere existence had made us a target of San. But without it, I couldn't leave this world on my own. So even if I did stay here in this world line, it wouldn't be my responsibility. Okay, bro. It wasn't my fault and it wasn't something I'd wanted. Which meant...
ねえ、岡部。
Oh no.
悪いんだけど、何か飲むもの買ってきてくれない？
飲むもの？
ちょっと喉乾いちゃったのよね。
I feel like Chris
で
wants
き
to
れ
be...
ば温かいものがいいわ。
I feel like Chris wants to be alone for now.
インスタントのコーヒーぐらいなら作るぞ。
Wasn't that what Chris had always made me do? 2 cubes of sugar, no milk.
コーヒー切らしちゃってるのよ。
わかった。
Yeah, I should go. I want to get outside and think things through.
ミルクと砂糖の入った甘いやつね。
ミルクは入れないんじゃなかったのか。
寒い日には思いっきり甘ったるいものが飲みたくなる。
了解だ。
Damn. I stood up and headed to the door, but turned around halfway. Holy shit.
何？
いや
I can't believe I'm seeing you again like this. It felt like if I took my eyes off her, she'd disappear, but that was far too embarrassing to say.
岡部、
Oh my god.
しっかりね。
Thank you.
子供じゃないんだ。お使いぐらいできる。
Oh man.
そうね。
You know that's not what she meant by that.
いってらっしゃい。
Yeah. I need a break. Bro, I need a break! This is like the first 15 minutes of this episode, bro. Nah. Am I recording though? That is the most important question. I am. Okay, thank God. I also have to pay close attention to the times here. Answered the phone. Okay, I have to pay attention to January 15th. Hopefully I won't forget. I don't even know what day it is today. My whole body relaxed the second I stepped outside the lab. Evidently meeting the living Carissa had made me really tense. I didn't know how to talk to her or what to say anymore. Even though I'd spoken to Carissa like it was the most normal thing in the world. Damn. I still couldn't believe it though. The music. Was this really the Alpha World line? No, if Carissa was here, it had to be. But then why? Who had caused the world line change and how? Oh. The Carissa Amadeus influenced us somehow into getting back here. I don't know which way though. I mean, someone took over Amadeus, but like, I still don't know who or how. So, God. That call from Carissa. Was that what triggered it somehow? No, I should stop thinking about it. If someone else had caused it somehow, I shouldn't get involved anymore. I didn't want to. I didn't want to overthrow the structure of the world anymore. I just wanted to live in peace. In a universe with no world lines or attractor fields. I'd stopped letting the whims of fate rule my life. There was nothing left that I could do. I mean, Rintaro is basically saying, fuck it, I'm just going with the flow of whoever's changing world lines, I will just go with the one I'm currently on, like, who give a fuck. Suddenly something seemed very wrong. Carissa's words a moment ago, what had they meant?
Okabe. しっかりね。
Hang in there. Wasn't it just a comment on her mental health? She couldn't mean to. I turned around and rushed back into the lab. When?
Carissa!
What is she doing?
Chris. お前それ
Huh?
参ったわね。見つかっちゃったか。
Is she making another time travel device? Surely not. Oh my fucking god. Our favorite microwave is back. God damn it. Oh, this is gonna be a pain to deal with. Do we have an IBN? I don't think so. She was just where I'd seen her the first time, standing and looking toward the back of the development room. In the depths of the darkness. In a spot that just a moment ago had been covered by a cloth, I saw an old microwave with its door taken off. The phone wave. So it is the actual old one that Rintaro tried to destroy. Future gadget number 8. It was the gadget that had changed my fate. The fate of the world. Yeah.
どうしてそれは破棄したんじゃなかったのか
Guess it wasn't very effective.
ええ。破棄したわ。これは私が新しく作り直したの。言ってみれば電話レンジ買いね。
Phone wave custom?
正しくはカッコ仮がつくんだった。それなら電話レンジカッコ仮買いになる。
Oh my god.
名前なんてどうだっていい作り直したってどうしてそんなことを
Because she can't live in this world line without Mayuri.
過去にメールを送るためよ。
Damn.
メールを送って世界線を変えるの。うん。あんたにとっては 戻すって言った方がいいのかもね。
Fix
世
it.
界線を。これ完成したのはね、実は1ヶ月以上前なの。
Oh, but you didn't send it yet?
それからひたすらここに立って送るべきか送らないでおくべきか悩み続けてた。それがまさかあんたの方から来るなんてね。
Damn.
お前何を？
ねえ岡部、あんたついさっき
Yeah.
別の世界線から来たでしょ。
Yeah.
それもベータ世界線から。
Yeah. Yeah.
気づいてたのか。
Of course you
そうでな
can.
きゃあんたがあんなことするはずないもの。
Yeah.
あんなこと？
Hugging her, crying.
だからあんな風に私を抱きしめたりとか、
Mm-hmm.
そういうことよ。
Uh-huh. It was all so wonderful. The way her cheeks reddened in embarrassment as she looked away. The way she pursed her lips. The way she fiddled with the ends of her hair. Everything was just so wonderful. I realized it again. I was in love with her. Yeah! Fell in love again.
さらに言えば、その世界線の変動は誰か別の人の手によるもので、あんたが好き好んで変動させたわけじゃない。
Yeah.
当たってる？
Yeah.
すべてお見通しというわけか。
Yeah. Our counselor Max Krisus back.
どれだけあんたのこと見てきたと思ってるのよ。
Damn. Ayo.
ああ、いや
Ayo.
違うからな。
Uh-huh.
見てきたって別にそういう意味じゃなくて。
Yeah, yeah, it's not like I was concerned about you.
けど
It's not like I'm concerned about you or like find you attractive or like care about you or anything, Baka, obviously. Bruh.
とにかく
I guess we didn't confess to each other in this world line. She took a deep breath and looked up at me again.
あんたがベータ世界線から来たってことは、あんたは過去に一度その世界を選択したってことでしょ。
Yeah. She was so far beyond what I could hope to be. Damn, what is this, Maho speaking? In those brief moments, she discovered all that. She was right about everything. But even so, I couldn't let her know. Admitting that would mean admitting that I'd left her to die. I'm pretty sure she can guess that you left her to die. There was no way I could do that.
すまない。
In the end, that was all I said. But that was an admission all the same. But instead of looking sad, she...
謝るなバカ。あんたが自分で決めたことでしょうが。だったら自分の選択に自信を持ちなさい。
Yeah, God how I missed Kriso, bro. She tried to cheer me up. That's right. Kriso was right. I was the one who'd chosen the beta world line. But...
それにね、あんたは多分間違ってなかった。
Damn.
さっき来たばっかりのあんたは知らないだろうけど、この半年間、あんたはずっと自分を責めてた。
Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's in character.
そんな素振り、私には決して見せようとしなかったけど。
Whoa. Sorry. Something just fell down. Sorry about that. It was the same. It was the same as what I'd gone through. It was the same as the beta world line. In everyone he's suffering.
でも、どうしてあげることもできなかった。だって、あんたの苦しみは私のせいだから。私を生かすために、あんたは苦しんでたんだから。
Damn.
でもね、それも今日で終わり。終わりにしなきゃいけないのよ。
It has to.
だって、このままじゃ、あんたはずっと罪の意識に苛まれて、最後には押しつぶされちゃう。
Damn.
同じだ。
どういうこと？
どっちにしても結局俺はずっと後悔するんだ。
Yeah.
マイリを救えなかったこと、お前を救えなかったこと、アルファ世界線にいてもベータ世界線にいてもそれは変わらない。
Dude, only the Steins gate can fix your mental health, man. So maybe I should just stay here.
しっかりしなさい、岡部倫太郎。
クリス。
なんて顔してるのよ。あんたらしくない。
Huh?
私の好きな法王院京馬さんはもっと自信に満ちた顔してなきゃ。
Hoinkyouma. How I miss Hoinkyouma. God, we need him in this wasteland of a life. Hoinkyouma, huh? There was a name I hadn't heard in a long time. He says more like popping a cigarette.
マユリを助けるっていう選択を、それは決して間違ってない。
でも俺はお前を
He always lets someone die.
いい？今あんたがここにいるのは、そうね、夢を見ているだけよ。
A dream.
夢？
そう、夢の中であんたは私に会った。ただそれだけのこと。
And oh, Chris would be like, oh, and you so desperately want to return to reality, you know, with Mayuri and stuff, and not with me. Damn, Chris is really trying to convince him.
そう思えば少しは気も楽でしょ。
Chris sighed a little and laughed.
これだけ脳の研究が進んでいるのに、夢を見るメカニズムって実はまだ明確にはなっていないのよね。眠っている間に脳内では記憶の整理が行われている。その過程で発生するのが夢だっていう説もあるけど。
Dreams sure mysterious.
要するに、ここはベータ世界線のあんたが迷い込んだ夢の中の世界。あんたの頭の中を整理するためにね。
Dude, imagine this entire game is a fucking dream. Every choice Okabe Rintaro made ever is all a dream. Man.
そしてこれが夢なら、いつかは目を覚まさなきゃならない。そうでしょ？
Why do we dream? So that we can wake up.
でもこれは夢なんかじゃない。現にこうして。
Holy shit. I reached out and touched her cheek.
現にこうして
You're right here.
お前はここにいるじゃないか。
Oh no, I can't, bro. I'm so drained. I can't continue this episode, bro.
感触だって脳が感じさせている機能の一つよ。
Don't actually me, okay? My feelings know what's up. Man. She took a quick step back. The sensation of her cheek disappeared from my fingers.
だいたいここにいてもあんたは幸せにはなれない。ずっと後悔の念を拭うことはできないの。そして
He knows.
それは私も同じ。
Damn.
ベータ世界線でも変わらない。俺はずっとお前を助けられなかったことを悔やみながら生きてきた。
だけど少なくともマユリは幸せでいられるでしょ。
マユリは
Is she? She doesn't know anything. I know, and ignorance is truly bliss here because Kurisu can't live with herself sacrificing Mayuri either. Because like, Kurisu and Rintaro both know what the fuck is up, but Mayuri doesn't. And because Mayuri doesn't know, they want to keep her alive. If Mayuri ever knew the shit they would do, it's so unfair for her. It's so unfair that they don't tell her shit. Man, she can't have regrets because they aren't telling her anything. I feel so bad for Mayuri, bro. Because that's what I wanted. I wanted her to know nothing and be happy. For now, that wish was still coming true, but
あんたはマユリに笑っててほしい。そう願ってる。
who doesn't?
私も同じなの。
Yeah.
ということは、やっぱりあんたの選択は間違ってはなかったってことよ。
I finally met her again, but she was here alive right in front of me, but
もう
you can't have her. She walked up to me without even trying to hide the frustration.
いい加減にしなさい、岡部倫太郎。一度出した結論でしょうが。あ
Yeah,
んたはここにいちゃいけないの。帰
yeah.
らなきゃいけない。
And wallow in your suffering. You have to move forward.
夢から覚めなきゃいけないのよ。だってもうそうやって苦しむあんたを見ていたくないから。
Yeah.
クリス。
さあ、これ以上は時間の無駄よ。私はやるから。
I'm doing it. She turned away from me. I could feel the strength of her will, her resolve. Yeah. I remembered what I'd seen just after I'd come to this world line. Krisa had been just standing there in front of the phone wave. Yeah. Thinking back, she'd probably already made her decision. Without anyone knowing. Without anyone to say goodbye to. Yeah. She'd chosen to go to a worldland where she would no longer exist. It had probably taken her a long time and a lot of struggle to come to that decision. She'd probably asked herself 1,000 times if it was really the right answer. If this was what she'd chosen after all that. I didn't have the right to, if that is what she has chosen after everything, yeah. I didn't have the right to stop her. It would be wrong. It is her choice now, not yours anymore.
ねえ岡部、夢から覚める前に一つ約束して。
約束？
ベータ世界線に行ったら私のことは忘れなさい。
Forget about me. He could never. That was just the opposite of what she'd said that day. That day, the day when I'd chosen the beta word, then she'd said to me, don't forget me. Yeah. But now she was asking for the opposite.
忘れるなんて。そんなことできるわけないだろ。
She was always like that. She always cared more about others than herself. Yeah. She always sacrificed herself. She was asking me this for my sake only. She didn't want to be forgotten. Yeah. She hated being forgotten more than anyone else could.
言ったでしょ。これは夢よ。夢は普通起きたら忘れるもんでしょ。
But she wants you to be happy, which is why she says that you should forget her. She was stubborn and bullheaded. I would never be able to forget her. But...
子供の頃に見た悪夢は今でも覚えてるぞ。
Oh no.
誰が悪夢だ。誰が。
It was all I could do to keep from breaking down. But that was probably the same for her. Yeah.
とにかく
It's tough for her too.
私のことは忘れること。今日あったこともこれまであったこともそれが私の望みだから。
I will never forget. I, as the viewer, as the player, will never forget. She turned around, stuck out her pinky finger. She forced it around mine.
指切り玄満。嘘ついたら海馬に電極ぶっ刺す。指切った。
That's not the childhood rhyme that I know.
随分と語呂が悪いな。
Yeah.
ほっとけ。
That's so cute. Ah! Pain and suffering, bro. The game. Her hand moved away from mine. Her gaze looked away from me. It was almost time to say goodbye. She was sending a message to the past. I knew it was the right thing to do. I knew this was what she wanted. But still.
クリス。
Oh! Our voices overlapped.
どうした？
あんたこそ何？
なんでもない。ただ呼んでみただけだ。
The name of the person I cared for.
偶然ね。私も同じ。
These children, I swear to God. The name of the person I loved.
ねえ、あんたは覚えてる？私と初めて会った時のこと。
忘れられるわけがない。何しろ強烈だったからな。
それを言うならあんたの方こそ。
Damn.
ほんと。あの時はまさかこんな風になるなんて思ってもみなかったわ。
Same.
まさかあんな出会いでこんなにも。
Oh no, she's about to cry. Also, guys, if you told me what the fuck shit I'd be going through in my very first Steins episode, I would not have believed you, bro. Fucking Rinchiro seemed such a fucking goof. I would have never believed you, bro. Would lead to meeting someone so important to me. Not that I'd say it now.
まったくだな。
I couldn't say it, but...
でも言っとくけど、私たちの出会いも覚えてていいのは今のうちだからな。
Even for a little.
世界線が戻ったら忘れなきゃいけないんだからな。
Even just for a second.
分かってるよ。
Just for an instant.
そんなに簡単に忘れられるんだ。
He would never, bro. If it would last just a little longer.
お前が言い出したことだろ。
Her voice.
そうだけど、そんな風にあっさり言われちゃうと、それはそれでムカつく。
The way she moved.
忘れろと言ったり、忘れるなと言ったり、一体どっちなんだ？
Her smile. Oh my god.
冗談。嘘よ。嘘。
なんだ？嘘なのか？
そう。嘘。
Just a little longer so that I could remember it all. I'm just depressed, bro. I'm just reading this depressed. In case you guys are wondering why I'm not commentating. But I was out of time.
岡部。それじゃあ。
Oh. Those words were the sign that the magic was over.
ああ。
Shit sucks! Shit sucks! I truly wish Nintendo would be happy. Oh, fuck, bro. What the fuck does this game have to offer me? Nothing good! Okay, there were a million things I wanted to say, but I stopped myself. Krisu smiled satisfied and turned back toward the phone wave. She probably already had the message ready. Here we go, it's been a while. The phone wave started to boom and crackle like thunder. There was a long, long countdown. The whole time Krisu faced away from me. And I just watched. The noise got louder. The countdown continued. And then it was time.
岡部。いい目覚めよ。
Krisu turned around with a big smile on her face. Her voice was cut off by the roar. Wakey, wakey, everyone. It's time for hell! 1.053. I feel like that's a new one. And then I woke up from my short dream. Yeah, what a sweet, bittersweet dream it was. Color gradually returned to my blacked out vision. The lab started to come back into focus. I could tell immediately that the worldline had changed. I could still see Krisu when I closed my eyes. But she wasn't in the development room anymore. Yeah. It was like the whole thing had been a daydream. I felt like I'd been caught in the boundary between dreaming and wakefulness. I was back. Back to a world without Krisu. This wasn't the Alpha world line. There was no point in even bothering to check. A moment ago only Krisu and I had been in this room. And now everyone was here.
おかり、どうしたの？具合悪い？
I just had a very long dream.
いや、大丈夫だ。
Mayuri.
お薬飲みますか？
平気だよ。心配ない。
Huh. Lukaku. And
本当に？
Kagari
無理
is
しちゃ
back.
ダメだよ。
Shina Kagari. If Mayuri and Kagari were here, that meant I was back to the beta world line.
ちょっと腹が減っただけだ。朝から何も食べてなくてな。
もうおかりんさんたらダメだよ。ちゃんとご飯は食べなきゃ。ダルおじさんみたいに大きくなれないよ。
Daru-oji-san.
ああ、なるくらいなら一食抜いた方がマシだよ。
Oh my god. Huh?
だったらマユシーが何か作ってあげるよ。
Interesting that Kagari called Daru uncle, by the way. Why did she do that? Does she have her memories back? What the fuck's happening, bro?
え、ママが作れるの？
She has her memories back.
もう、かがりちゃんまでそういうこと言うんだから。これでもね、 最近はユキさんにお料理教えてもらってるんだよ。あ、じゃあ僕が手伝うから。
How did she get her memories back?
待ってくれ。
すみません。
No, no!
僕手伝わない方がいいですか？
It's not you, Luca!
いや、そうじゃない。そうじゃないんだ。
Yeah. I looked around at everyone and then back at Kagari.
かがりさん。
やだな、オカリンさん。私のことはかがりでいいって言ってるのに。
Something was different.
じゃあ、かがり。さっき、まゆりのことをなんて呼んでたか聞いてもいいか？
Mama!
なんてってママだよ。
Yeah.
どうして？
どうしても何もママはママだもん。
Yeah.
ママ。
That's still crazy to me.
やっぱりそう呼ばれるのちょっと照れちゃうな。
I felt vaguely dizzy watching Miley fidget in embarrassment.
知ってるのか？二人とも未来の世界で親子だってことを。
かがりちゃんのことは
You the one who told me?
教えてくれたんだよ。
Okay, don't... I'm being gaslit right now. Okay, cool. So Rintaro in this wildline told her. Props. Props for this wildline Rintaro, bro. He was fucking honest finally. Props to him. Bruh.
俺が？
Yeah, for once. You told her
本
something.
当のことを知っておいた方がいいってね
Hmm.
え。
Did I really tell them? Did I tell them something so important?
じゃあ、もしかしてルカ子も？
ごめんなさい。
Huh?
僕聞くつもりはなかったんですけど
Ah, I see.
耳に入ってしまって。
Finally, we are being honest to the people that are feeling left out, bro. Finally, yeah? Lukaku lowered his head in apology.
あ、でも大丈夫です。他の人には言ってませんし。
Okay.
それに
So, only Suzuha, Lukaku, Mayuri, and maybe Daru know about it.
僕ちょっとだけ嬉しかったんです。皆さんと秘密を共有できて。
Yeah, I thought so. It's also crazy. Lukaku knows of time travel shit now. That's crazy.
本当は直接教えてもらえればよかったんですけど。
Damn. Even Lukaku knew about Mayuri and Kagari. Which meant that, of course.
でも驚きました。タイムマシンとか未来とかお話の世界のものだって思ってたんですけど、
Damn.
実現できるなんて。
It's kind of a shame that it happened off screen. Lukaku's like revelation of about time travel. Man. He knew about the time machine. Evidently I hadn't simply come straight back from the Alpha world line. I was in a world line slightly different from the one I'd been in before. The divergence meter I'd used before was gone now. That meant I didn't have a precise number, but this all felt very different. The problem was finding out what was the same as the old world line and what was different. Yeah, the usual trouble.
もう少し質問させてほしい。
何？
Sure. I showered Kagari with questions in an effort to find out what was going on. Here's what I learned. First, Kagari retained her memories of her childhood, in other words, of the year 2036. Okay, she knew Mayuri, Daru, Suzuha, and also Ferris and Lukaku. But as for what the world of 2036 was like, and how she'd become Mayuri's daughter, she hadn't told them the details about that. Fortunately, they hadn't seemed interested in knowing about their futures. Good. Everyone always thinks they'd want to know about their future holds. What their future holds. But when the chance finally comes, fear outweighs your curiosity. The future wasn't always a happy thing. And especially since we know that World War III is around the fucking corner. Knowing the future might destroy your dreams. It might be a death sentence like it was for me. Some people would lose all sense of meaning in their lives if they knew there was inevitably going to be a war in which 5 billion people died. Yeah, that's
それ
crazy.
じゃあ、ここに来たのは ルカ子の家に居候したのがきっかけで間違いないな。
っていうか、オカリンさんがママと引き合わせてくれたんだよ。覚えてないの？
Huh?
いや、そういうわけじゃないんだが、一応確かめておこうと思ってな。
Double check, he calls this. Aha. Cap, bro.
一応ね。変なオカリンさん。
I'm totally normal. Kagari going missing had happened almost exactly as I remembered it. The same was true of how she came to us. And
行方不明になっていた間は、どこで何をしていたのか、全然覚えていないのか。
that's sus as fuck.
綺麗さっぱり。気づいたらお寺で寝かされてた。
That's sus AF. She was still missing some of her memories too. In other words, in this worldline, the only memories she had were of her childhood and of the last few weeks since she'd woken up in the Chiba Mountains. The most important part was still missing. What she did the entire time. Was there anything else I needed to ask? I was staring at the floor trying to think when I realized that something was missing. When?
床が綺麗だ。
Huh?
さっき岡部さんが来る前に掃除しておきました。
Was there supposed to be dirt on there?
いや、そうじゃなくて、床に小さな穴が開いてたはずなんだが。
Oh!
床に穴ですか？
So we weren't raided then. On New Year, we were not raided. The lab had been attacked just last night. Not anymore. So it's the 2nd of January right now. During the attack, one of their bullets had left a dark hole in the floor. Not
穴
anymore.
なんて開いてたかな？なかったと思うけど。
ちなみに、お前たち昨日は、どうだった？
How was yesterday?
昨日のパーティーのこと、すっごく楽しかったよ。
Party still happens, good.
あんなに楽しかったの、私初めてだった。
I'm glad she enjoyed it, man. They wouldn't say that if there had been an attack, which meant that the attack had never taken place. Was no one after Kagari in this world? No, it was too early to assume that. I still didn't know what had happened when she'd gone missing. Until I did, I couldn't say for sure if she was safe. Just like how sometimes Mairi's death would occur on different days in the Alpha worldline, the same thing might happen a few days later. In fact, it would be better to be cautious. Dude, he's manifesting the raid on another time.
したいね。
Huh?
その時は僕も何か作るよ。
Nice.
私も手伝う。
They all started happily talking about last night's party. At first glance, it was a peaceful scene. But something sinister might be happening, and I just didn't know it. Please don't. No, I knew something had to be happening. The fact that the worldline was changing was proof. Why had it changed anyway? Christo. I thought back to the events of that night. First, someone had taken over Amadeus. Christo had called me and asked for help. The worldline had changed right after I'd answered. Which meant that the key was... Amadeus? Amadeus. That Amadeus had something to do with the worldline change. And what about the group who attacked Kagari? Was it all connected? Maybe I needed to find out. Maybe? You definitely need to find out, bro.
で、かがりちゃん、時間大丈夫？
Huh?
あ、いけない。休憩時間終わってた。店長に怒られちゃう。
Ah, true, she's working for the Brown Team workshop.
店長ということはバイトしてるのか？
そうだよ。下のブラウン管工房で。
Yeah.
ってこの前言ったじゃん。
Shouldn't she supposed to be working there with Suzuha?
そうだったか。
In the old worldline, Kagari had started working for Tennoji after the attack. That was another difference.
もう今日のオカリンさんはボケボケだね。しっかりしてよ。
Almost like I'm from another worldline.
すまない。
Damn. Kagari hopped up and skipped out of the room. She's so cheerful. Like her mom. Her words and mannerisms were much more childish than they'd been in the last
ア
worldline.
ルバイト頑張ってね。
Aww.
はーい。それじゃ行ってきま
My daughter
かがり
going to
戻る前
work.
にもう一つだけ聞かせてくれ。
I asked one final question to Kagari, who was now giving a crisp salute.
アマデウスという言葉を聞いて何か思い当たることはないか。
アマテウス？
Kagari seemed to think for a moment.
ごめん、わかんないや。
Does Amadeus not exist here?
そうか。
Let me look at my fucking phone, I swear to God! She didn't look like she was lying or being sarcastic. She must really not have known. I watched her leave the lab, then took out my phone. Okay, thank God. There was another thing I needed to check. What was happening with Amadeus? It's not there! It's not there! Do we even know Maho? I looked for the icon on my screen. Amadeus. The AI that held Makise Krisu's personality and memories. And the application which started the program. But the program was gone. Yeah. So the program was
悪か
gone.
ったな。こんなところに呼び出して。
So we do still know Maho. Okay, let me save my game. I have to take a quick break, guys. Because that was a lot, man. I did not expect that. Okay. I'll be right back, guys. Wait for me, yeah? Hi, hello everyone, I'm back. It took me a little while. Sorry about that, but I'm back now. With Maho as well. Let's get this shit show on the road, everyone. What does Maho have to say to us? Let's see. I'm surprised that we still know Maho, actually. If we don't know Amadeus, why do we know Maho? That doesn't make sense to me. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she'll tell us why.
別に構わないわ。ちょうど近くまで来てたから。
Okay. After seeing the icon missing on my phone, I contacted Maho immediately. Okay, so we do have still have her as a contact. Can I look at all of my contacts? Okay, I still have everyone. Yeah. We never really had Mayuri's friends as contacts before, so that makes sense. And no new messages. Okay. By the way, I wanted to check something. I wanted to check wallpaper. What do we have here? Apparently there's new... Is that new? Oh my god, this thing? Bruh! I don't know what exactly was meant by new wallpaper, but whatever, we'll stick with this one. Okay, yeah, we contacted Maho. My goal, of course, was to see what was going on with Amadeus in this world. I had to find out.
で、話って？
Amadeus.
アマデウスのことだ。
Uh-huh. When Mo's eyes suddenly went wide. Her reaction surprised me as well. Did she not tell us about Amadeus yet? I'd simply said the word Amadeus. You know, Mozart.
どうして知ってるの？
Huh? How do we know each other if I don't know about Amadeus? How did we meet each other in this word line? Hello?
どうしてって。
Huh?
どういうことだ？
The fuck?
どうしてあなたがアマデウスのことを知ってるのよ？
Didn't you tell me?
だってあのプロジェクトは去年の夏クリスの事件があったあの後に凍結されたのよ。
They put it on hold after Chris's death. Okay.
凍結された？アマデウスが？凍結ってことはつまりプロジェクト自体打ち切られたってことか？
Or are they just stopping it for now?
はっきり言ってしまえば
Oh.
そういうことね。
It was shut down. She clenched her fists in anger. It seemed the change in this word line was a big one.
で、さっきの質問。どうしてあなたがアマデウスのことを知ってるの？
Haha, teehee. Well,
それは
I didn't tell her, my boy. I don't think you can get out of this one. Should I tell her about the word lines and attract her field theory?
クリスから聞いたんだよ。大学の先輩がそういう研究をしてるって。
Huh?
クリスが？
Was she even allowed to disclose
あ
that?
の子、あなたにそんな話までしていたのね。
I decided that it wasn't the time to tell her. If I tried to explain everything, I'd have to tell her about D-mail and the time machine. Maho didn't seem to know about all that yet. I could imagine what she'd do if she heard the truth. She was yet another of those people who were entranced by the possibilities of science.
な
Yeah.
あ、アマデウス
Dangerous.
が凍結されたっていう話、もう少し詳しく教えてくれないか？理由は何だったんだ？
Why the project was shut down. Let me check if my recording is working alright. It is, okay. Huh.
なんでも 外部団体からクレームが入ったんですって。
When?
人の記憶を人工知能に持たせるのは人間の複製を作り出すのと同じこと。神のみに許される所業だって。
I see ya.
欧米って自分たちの価値観で物を言う人が多いのよね。特にそういうデリケートな部分は。
理由はそれだけなのか？
ええ、少なくとも私はそう聞いてるわ。
Honestly, that seems way more
いきなり
realistic.
研究は中止だって言われて、教授たちも随分怒ってた。
Honestly, I can fully understand why it's being shut down. On the other hand, like, countries probably want it shut down so that one doesn't have the upper hand over the other when it comes to technological research, but at the same time, do they ever have the right to shut this down? I don't know. Oh shit, the Amadeus program was stopped and someone is messaging me. Hello? Okabe-san, there's something I want to tell- I want you to tell me. Shouldn't you ask your dad? You okay with asking me? Ask Mayuri? You okay with asking me? Yes, I think you can give me good advice. I don't want you expecting too much. What kind of gifts do you think a father would enjoy? Your father, huh? I think the darkness within him goes very deep! Wow, the internet is convinced he's a degenerate, for real. Huh, the darkness? Oh, you know, darkness, a black handkerchief? No. Maybe that would be a good idea. Dude, that sounds like a death flag, bro. Like, gifting someone a black handkerchief? Maybe, yeah. A handkerchief. Great, I'll do that, but why black? I think your dad probably likes black. Bruh. I mean it. Yeah, totally. Thank you. I don't think that was good advice, but whatever. Roll with it, guys. Just roll with it. The Amadeus program was stopped. Did that have something to do with the world line change too? Wait. So how did I meet Maho? Yeah, that's what I'm asking. We'd originally met at the Amadeus seminar. If that never happened,
どうしたの？
how do I know you?
いや、その思い出してたんだ。君と出会った時のことを。
Uh-huh.
ああ、あの時のこと。ああいう偶然ってあるのね。
Totally. I asked a few more questions, taking care not to rouse his suspicions, and managed to learn the basic story. Maho had really wanted to see the place where Carissa had died. When she finally went to Radikan, she'd run into me.
オカルト的な考え方って大っ嫌いだけど、でもあなたと出会えたのはクリスが繋いでくれた縁なのかもしれないわね。
Do you believe in gravity? I will not make the Dio joke anymore, but like Chris is our gravity, pulling us together. Karma, or perhaps another example of attractive field conversions. Actually, it had already been decided that Maho and I would meet here in Akihabara. But was there some meaning in that?
そうそう。
Yes?
マユリさんたちに
I
よ
think
ろし
so.
く伝えておいてくれるかしら。昨日は楽しかったって。
Nice.
ああ、
Glad she enjoyed that. Evidently she'd gone to last night's party in this wordline too.
おかげで日本でのいい思い出ができたわ。
Aw, I'm glad.
思い出って帰るのか？
すぐにじゃないけどね。言ったでしょ？私今クリスがやっていた研究を引き継いでるの。
Yeah.
いつまでも日本でバカンス気分を堪能してるわけにもいかないのよ。
True, they don't really have a reason to stay in Japan, right?
そうか。
But still, she was only in Japan for another 10 days. I hope nothing would happen during that time. Uh-huh. Writers be like, oh boy, you got it coming. Holy shit. Something bad is gonna happen, is what I'm saying. 10 days, so she'll leave on the 12th of January, okay? Okay. Amadeus had been shut down and no longer existed. No longer would I hear Chris's voice. After I said goodbye to Maho, what that meant really started to sink in. I could still feel Chris's warmth in my chest. What a good dream, guys. Her smell. All the feelings I tried to forget were coming back now that I'd seen her. No one will ever be happy in that wild line. Everyone will be miserable. That's what she had said. I knew that. That's why I decided to stay here. But that didn't mean I could erase the sense of loss I felt. Of course. I went back to the lab to get all this together in my head. Okay, I don't like the music already. The cause of the attack in the last wordline was Kagari. And there was a good chance that Amadeus was involved in the wordline change that took place afterward. Yes. But in this wordline, the lab had never been attacked. And the Amadeus project had been cancelled while it was still in the research stage. That meant that two major factors in the events that had occurred so far no longer existed. So who's our enemy in this wordline? If they were gone, maybe there was no need to worry too much. Cap. You are... No one is ever safe in this game, bro. But even so, there was still a tiny alarm going off in the back of my mind. Why had Amadeus been shut down? What happened to Kagari's missing memories? If nothing else, I might need to learn the answers to those two questions. Especially about Kagari's memories during the time that she spent, like, after being separated from Suzuha and today. What happened during that time, man? I thought for a while, then took out my phone and booted up the Ryan application. Teehee, hello. Oh shit, Kagari's POV. Oh, is it... Huh? Is it her room? Okay. Shina Kagari felt happier and more fulfilled than the people around her thought she was. Her memories were missing. All she had now were memories of when she was young. She'd gone to the past when she was 10, and then gotten separated from Suzuha. Okay, that she knows. Her memories afterwards were a total blank, with the exception of the last few weeks. By the way, we haven't seen Suzuha in this worldline yet. That kinda, bothers me. Her oldest memories after her childhood were of the ceiling she saw when she woke up. It was the ceiling of an old temple, with stains here and there that looked like faces. She remembered being a little scared. Shortly after that, she was given to Yanabayashi Shrine. So it's like an offering? So this is Kagari's room at the temple, right? Not the temple, the shrine, the Yanabayashi Shrine. That was when she'd met Urushibara Luka. At the time, she hadn't realized that she already knew him. Urushibara Luka was a good friend of her adopted mother, Shina Mayuri. Yeah, he'd played with her a lot when they were kids. When she was younger, she'd always thought he was a woman. Still, to Kagari's young eyes, he'd been a strong, grown-up woman. At the time, she'd always wondered why Suzuha called him Mr. Luka. Yeah, okay. I see ya. But the Luka in front of her now was far younger than the one she had known. He looked like a very pretty guy. But he was a guy, but not nearly as strong. So she'd only realized that he was the Urushibara Luka she knew after meeting her mother. Damn, Luka's gonna get like a growth spurt, a strength spurt, I guess. He's gonna be way stronger in the future. Hell yeah. In what way? Oh, that's nice. What a nice gesture. Improving your memory and finding lost memories seemed like totally different things to her, but she didn't say so. Just the thought made her very happy. Luka, Mami, Mayuri, and the rest of Okabe's friends were all trying to help her get memories back. Yeah. It would probably make most people nervous not having their memories. It would be hard not knowing what you'd experienced, but also, ignorance is bliss. But to be honest, Kagari didn't think she needed to remember. Sometimes it seemed like a memory was about to come back. Each time her mind would roar with a sense of fear and anxiety. Oh shit. That's not what... Nah. Don't be insecure now. Luka saw that she'd only taken a sip and stopped, and he seemed worried. About the non-existent past. Huh. That's what they always say. She took a sip of the tea, hoping to change the subject. Damn. Bruh. Everyone else said he was. But still, it just didn't seem right to her. Men are stinky. This is not a man. Yes. Uh-huh.
日一緒にお風呂入ってみる？
Huh?
え？
Huh?
そうすればルカ君が本当に男の子なのかどうかわ
Dude,
かる
that's
でし
kind
ょ？
of rude. That's kind of rude that you don't trust what Luca says to you.
ダメですよ、そんなの。
Oh my god.
どうして？だってそんなの、だって女の人と一緒にお風呂なんてそんな。
Yeah, Luca would feel nervous about
お
that.
姉さんとは一緒に入ってなかったの？入ってましたけど、それは小さい頃の話で。
Huh? Why are you laughing?
係さん。ごめんごめん、
ん
冗談だよ冗談。ルカ君が可愛いから、
Oh my
つい
god.
からかっちゃった。
Oh my god, I'm always falling for their pranks, bro.
そんな。でもそういう反応を見せるってことはやっぱり男の子なんだね。
No shit.
最初からそうだって言ってるじゃないですか。
Yeah. Damn. Even when he was upset, he still looked like a girl, she thought. Oh my god. This is Rintaro brain again.
ご覧のようにこちらのお店では数十種類にも及ぶ食べ物が全部食べ放題なんです。
Okay. Weird transition to some advertisement. The TV screen had been showing all kinds of delicious food. Nom nom delish. Good
す
food.
ごいな。
You hungry? The sight of it almost moved her to tears. What?
今の時代ってすごいよね。私の知ってる未来とは大違い。
I guess in Kagari's time there is no such thing as an all-you-can-eat buffet. Damn.
そうなんですか？未来の世界ってどんな感じなんです？
It's like shit.
知りたい？
Oh. Yeah, please don't tell him. Luca looked a little uncertain. And even though she'd asked, Kagari wasn't certain she could tell him. Yeah. She should tell him. The future she knew was filled with despair. Everyone struggled desperately to stay alive, hoping that tomorrow would somehow be better. If they knew there was no hope, how would they survive? I will
やっぱり
survive.
やめておきます。
Yeah, a wise choice. Not gonna lie, Kagari sighed in relief.
その方がいいよ。だって未来は変えられるものだから。
Let's pretend it can't be.
未来は変えられる？うん。ママがね、そう言ってた。
Aww.
きっと変えられる。変えてくれるって。
He changed it. Yeah. Everyone is putting their hope into Rintaro.
変えてくれる。
That's what Mayuri had always told Kagari. That was her tiny light of hope.
なんだっけな。シュタインなんとかって。
Steins Gate, yeah.
シュタインズゲートですか？
Yeah.
そう、それは必ずあるってママは言ってた。って言いながら、それが何なのか私もよくわからないんだけど。
It's our hope, honestly. Not gonna lie. Steins Gate. To be honest, Kagari didn't know exactly what that meant. But each time Mayuri said it, Kagari had felt warmth in her heart. Yeah, someone would come to lead them to Steins Gate. When she thought about that, it gave her hope. Dude, they are treating the Steins Gate like their religion. Damn. Can't blame them though if it gives them hope, you know. Who am I
そ
to
れでは
judge?
次の特集です。今世界で記憶の再生技術に関する研究が進められているのはご存知でしょうか？
Okay.
今日はその最先端を走るあるアメリカの大学の特集です。
Okay. The news show had finished its food report and had already switched to another topic. Now it was showing a college campus covered in greenery. It was a wide open space that clearly wasn't Japanese. I wonder what Japanese colleges are like. The second she saw it, she suddenly felt dizzy.
こちらはビクトル・コンドリア大学。
Oh, here we
一
are.
見普通のキャンパスに見えるこの大学。しかし、この学内では今、ある大きなプロジェクトが進められています。
Isn't it stopped though? Isn't it shut down? The discussion became more technical. It was far beyond what Kagari, who had only her memories as a child, could understand. But
チャンネル 変えましょうか。待って。
Huh? Kagari stopped him before he could get to the remote. Is she gonna remember something?
かがりさん、わかるんですか？脳の構造、記憶を捏造することはできるかっていう話。
Huh.
へえ、すごいですね。僕には難しくて何が何だか。
Why does Kagari know that? That makes her even more sus as a Kurisu copy. A copy of her. That makes her so sus, bro. Who are you? She suddenly found herself easily understanding what was being said. Why? How? How could she understand this? Is it because you are Kurisu in some shape, way, or
そ
form?
う？そんなに難しい話じゃないよ。記憶は脳の中の海馬っていうところが司ってるんだけど、その中に視上界って呼ばれるところがあるのね。
Uh-huh. She was surprised at what she was saying, but the words kept coming anyway.
そこで行われる神経細胞の生産が既存の神経回路の再編を引き起こすの。それによって記憶の忘却が誘発されるんだ。
That is so Krisuko of her.
で、この研究
She's
チ
so
ームが
Krisu.
マウス実験をしてみたら、記憶の捏造が見られたっていう話。
Okay.
あ、ほら、あの奥の部屋、あそこでマウス実験なんかをしてるの。
How does she know that?
かがりさん、もしかしてこの大学知ってるんですか？
What the fuck? Huh? She suddenly realized that Luca was looking confused.
だってなんだか詳しそうな口ぶりでしたし。
Dude, are Kurisu's memories implanted inside of Kagari or some shit? What the fuck's happening? The TV was showing something that looked like a lab. The camera went toward the back of the room. A wide door opened that led to the next room.
この部屋で行われたマウスを使った実験、それによって研究チームは
Yeah, she
知
was...
らない。で
Huh.
も今
Yeah, she was correct just now with saying where what was. That's right, she wasn't familiar with it. She didn't know anything about any place like this, but... But?
わからない。知らない。けど
You do know.
なんでだろう。さっきは知ってるような気がしたの。
Well, there was suddenly a piercing pain in the back of her head. It felt like the beginning of something terrifying. She suddenly felt very nervous. Oh shit. Okay, into the POV switch. Why does Kagari remember? It's so weird.
いいか、おめえの頼みを聞いてやるわけじゃねえ。
Okay.
それだけは忘れるんじゃねえぞ。
Okay, so this is the same.
感謝します。
This morning, I'd gone to Tennoji and asked him to protect Kagari if something happened. Okay, so this is the same interaction. That meant I had to talk to him about his role as a rounder again. And I had to tell him that Kagari was caught up in something big too. But since this was the second time I'd had that conversation, I was able to make it go a little smoother. Good. That was only relative to the first time though. I never wanted to ask him for anything like this ever again.
おい、岡部、
Understandable.
おめえら一体何に関わってやがる。
I wish I knew.
それは
I wish I truly knew. I stopped myself.
話せねえってか。
Yup.
頼み事するだけして随分と虫のいい話だな。
Dude, because I don't know.
すみません。
だがそれでいい。
Huh?
え、
情報ってのは最後の切り札だ。そこでペラペラ喋っちまうようなら俺は降りてたぜ。
Okay. Let's build trust, everyone.
せいぜい気をつけるんだな。
I'll
ありがと
try.
うございます。
分かったからそうやってかしこまんな。どうにもやりにくくてしょうがねえ。
I bowed to him once more anyway and left the brown workshop. He's weak for politeness, huh? I'd managed to get Tennoji's help. And this morning I'd gotten another person on my side as well. Kiryu Moeka. She was a lot easier than Tennoji. I checked with Daru last night and found that just like in the old world line, we'd hired her to find out more about Kagari. All I had to do was ask her to keep looking into what Kagari had been doing before she'd come to this town. Now I'd done everything I could in case something happened. All that was left was to pray that nothing did. Well, I feel like I already know shit's gonna go down, so... I got back to the lab where Lukaku was waiting. He had a very serious look on his face, and he said he needed to talk to me.
実は鏡さんの記憶のことで
I
気に
see.
なることがあって
I was just about to say if he's gonna talk about Kagari.
かがりの
とは言ってもこれが記憶を取り戻すことにつながるかどうかはわからないんですけど。
構わない。気になることがあるなら話してくれ。
はい。
Okay. Lucas started to fidget and rub his knees together. Then he looked up at me and slowly opened his mouth.
昨べテレビで記憶の研究についての特集をやっていて、
Yes.
アメリカの大学で行われているものだったんですけど、それを見ていたかがりさんがまるでその学校を知っているような口ぶりだったんです。
Ja.
アメリカの大学
Ja, Victor
どこの大学
Condria
だ
University.
なんだか難しい名前の学校で、確かビクトル・コンドル
Kondo?
ビクトル・コンドリア大学か
Ja.
そうです。その学校です。
Victor Condria University. That was where Kurisu had studied, yes. Kagari knew Victor Condria? If that was true, then how? The most obvious possibility was that she went there too. I don't think so. But how would a kid who went missing in Japan go to an American school, and one of the best at that? Of course it wasn't impossible, but...
どうでしょう。何か手がかりになりそうでしょうか。
Yeah, that she somehow has Krisu's memories. I don't know how.
さすがにそれだけじゃ何とも言えないが。
そうですか。
Lukaku's shoulders slumped in disappointment.
でも手がかりにならないというわけじゃない。
Yeah.
それじゃあ。
ああ、確かめてみる必要はあるな。
Yeah, but how? How are we gonna check that? How are we gonna know where the fuck those memories come
改まって
from?
お話って
Oh!
何かな。
Just straight up talk to her, I see. The best way to find out was to talk to her directly. I don't think she knows herself though. Kagari was just about to start work and she seemed put off by the fact that I'd suddenly asked to speak to her.
話はちょっと待ってくれるか。もう一人呼んであるんだ。
Damn.
もう一人
It's gonna be an interrogation now. I didn't know a lot about Victor Condria myself. I could ask Kagari what she knew about the school, but I couldn't tell if her information was accurate or not. So he told Maho to come here too? There was a better person she could ask. Someone who should be here any minute. There she is.
お邪魔します。
The best way to find out about the school was to ask someone who actually went there. In fact, Maho was to this day a part of their brain science lab. Yeah, Brian science lab?
真
No?
帆さん、こんにちは。はい、元気？
Pretty good. Mao still didn't know that Kagari was from the future. I'd have to keep her from finding out, yeah. If, like, Kagari accidentally calls Mayuri mom, that's gonna be kind of weird to explain.
それにしても本当にクリスに似てるわよね。
True, true. Mao stared at Kagari, then whispered so that only I could hear. It made sense. Did it? I'd been surprised myself, yes. We still don't have an explanation for that. I started by explaining to Maho why it brought her here. Yep. Interrogation!
じゃあ何？つまり彼女がうちの学校にいたかもしれないっていうの？ちょっと待って。そんなこと言われても私、そのなんとかトルコドリア大学なんて知らないよ。
You do. Don't play with me, I know you do.
ビクトル・コンドリア大学。ほらね、名前だってちゃんと覚えてないんだもん。
You could have pretended.
でも昨日は知っている様子だったんだろ。
Yeah.
はい、奥にある部屋でネズミさんを使った実験を行っているって。
Kagari be like, God damn, Luca, you snitch.
そしたらその後
本当にその部屋での実験の様子が映って。
いや。
かがりはそのことは？
覚えてない。
I don't. I couldn't imagine Lukaku would lie, or that there would be any points to him doing so. But the same was true for Kagari too.
漆原さん、その研究室どこだったかわかる？
詳しくはわからないんですけど、脳とか記憶とかそんな研究をしているって言ってました。
ということは、もしかすると脳科学研究所かもしれないわね。
The brain science lab. That was where
私
Krisu
が所属
worked.
しているところよ。
Oh! Where does Krisu work then? Didn't she also work at the brain science lab? I think so, right? And also where Krisu worked too. Yeah, okay.
それじゃあ
I'm not dumb. Got it.
もしかしたらかがりはヒアジョーさんやクリスと会っていたかもしれないということか？
あくまでも家庭の話よ。脳科学を研究しているところは一つじゃないし、私のいるところだって陰性だけじゃなく一般の研究者もたくさん出入りしてるもの。私だって研究所にいる人間全員と顔を合わせたわけじゃないわ。
I don't think that you guys have met there though. I don't think that's possible.
ただ同じ日本人となると見かければ記憶には残っているでしょうね。
Especially someone who looks this much like Krisu, which meant she didn't remember it, which meant she probably hadn't met her. Yeah.
ルカ子、他にかがりのことで気になったことはないか？
かがりさん、時々びっくりするくらい難しいことを知っていたり。
About brain science. Hell yeah.
私だって難しいことくらい知ってるもん。
Kagari pouted? It's fine. That was one expression that was totally different than Krisu's. Yeah, this is the Mayuri influence, alright.
バラとか憂鬱とか。
Huh? Those are just words that were complicated to write in Japanese.
昨日はテレビで記憶の捏造について放送していたんですけど、それもなんだか詳しそうでした。
記憶の捏造ね。確かにその研究をしているチームもいるわ。私たちも一度話を聞かせてもらいに行ったもの。
かがり、今その話はできるのか？
それがよくわからないの。私、本当にそんなことを話してた？
So her memory only got triggered when she saw or heard something related to the topic. But as soon as that relation drops, she has no memory of it anymore. That's so strange.
話してましたよ。
Don't gaslight me, Kagari! She put her hand between her eyebrows and thought. She really didn't remember, it seems. Luka could be like, I'm being gaslit right now.
こういうことはよくあったのか？
最近まではそれほど。この何日かで急に。
Why so suddenly though? What triggered it? I didn't know how Kagari could know things about Victor Condria, but it clearly had something to do with her missing memories. If I followed the trail a little longer, I might learn some clues. It was possible I might be able to bring back her memories. Oh shit, Kagari? Suddenly she started to moan in pain.
かがりさん、どうしたんですか？
Shit, are her memories triggered? Somehow?
ちょっと頭が
Shit.
痛いんですか？
Lukaku was looking at her face worried.
ちょっぴり。
少し横になるか？
大丈夫。
Damn.
少し話をせかせすぎたかもしれないな。
そうね。負担が大きかったのかもしれないわね。
Maho was looking worried too.
本当に平気？大丈夫です。
Are you sure?
ありがとう、
Senpai?
先輩。
Senpai? Senpai? Huh?
だったらいいのだけど。
Huh? The conversation was so natural that Maho and I almost missed it.
おい、今
What the fuck is happening right now?
先輩って
What is happening? Is Kagari Mayuri's and Krisu's love child? What is happening?
かがり、君今確かに先輩って呼んだよな。
Yeah?
ヒアジョーさんのこと。
嘘。私そんなこと。
You did. Don't gaslight me.
間違いなく言ったわ。漆原さん、あなたも聞いていたわよね。はい。
Senpai, the Japanese word used to address an older classmate or colleague. I just learned that Maho and Kagari hadn't met at Victor Condria. Did that mean it was just a mistake? Oh? The sound of footsteps coming up the stairs distracted me. Okay, I don't think it's someone raiding us, okay? They were so heavy. There was no need to wonder who it was. Mr. Brown? Oh! Almost, guys. Why the fuck would Mr. Brown come up here? Am I dumb?
お邪魔してます。
魔法タンも来てたん？
その呼び方はやめて。
Damn! Instantly shut down.
かな？he, who, me.
Huh? He ignored Maho's complaint and started to count the numbers of people in the room. There was some kind of paperback in his hands.
よかった。大丈夫みたい。
What did he buy?
何が大丈夫なんだ？
ほら、この前駅前にできたアトルあるでしょ？あそ
Atoll?
こに美味しそうなプリン売っててさ。
Pudding?
たまにはと思って買ってきたんだけど、人数分あるかなって。
What a nice guy, everyone. Damn. He put down the bag, opened the box, and started putting the pudding cups on the table.
ダル、後にしろ。
Putting the pudding cups on the table. Ha ha ha.
何みんな難しい顔して。僕がこんなん買ってくるの、そんな珍しい？
Like, Daru comes in at the worst fucking times, bro.
まあ確かにその通りだけど、ちょうどバイトで結構な臨時収入が入ったんだよね。
Good for you.
仕事ができる上に気配りと収入を持ち合わせている僕に惚れてもいいの。
Wow.
あれ？
What a gentleman. He turned the bag over and started shaking it. There's nothing in
一
it.
人分足りない。
Oh.
さては店員のお姉さん、入れ忘れたな。
使ってないスプーンなら確か流しのところに。あ、私マイスプーン持ってるから。
My spoon. That's a Kriso line. That's a Kriso line. Lukaku stood up to get a spoon from the sink, then suddenly stopped. He looked at Kagari with a confused expression. That's a Kriso thing.
かがりさん、
That's a Kriso thing.
マイスプーンなんて持ってましたっけ？え？かがりさんが持ってたのってウーパのキーホルダーだけだったような。
This is so freaky, bro.
あれ？そうだよね。
This is so
おか
freaky!
しいな。なんで私持ってるなんて。
This feels like some kind of like, Makisa Kriso zombie or something. What in the fuck? Her own spoon. I'd heard someone say that before. It instantly triggered flashbacks in me, bro. Not many people carried their own spoons around. It was common in Japan to carry around your own personal set of chopsticks lately, but not spoons. But I knew. I had known someone who carried around her own spoon. It was Makisa Kriso. Yeah. Just a moment ago she'd called Maho senpai. Did Kagari know Kriso after all? Maybe she is Kriso. Somehow. I don't know.
なあ、ヒアジョさん。向こうで君のことを先輩と呼ぶ人間は何人いた？
I mean, she looks very young, so...
一人だけよ。
Yeah, okay.
先輩とか後輩とか、そういう呼び方とか関係は日本独特のものだから。
There was no need to even ask who it was.
私を先輩と呼んでたのは
Yeah.
クリスだけ。
クリス。
Oh shit.
かがり、君はマキセ・クリスのことを知ってるのか？
Do we have a picture of Kriso to show her?
クリス。マキセクリス。
Did she know her and was she imitating her? But why would she need to do that?
マキセクリス。
Kagari seemed to be desperately searching her memories, but it didn't seem to be working. There was sweat on her forehead. Her headache might still be bothering her.
無理はしなくていい。
Yeah.
急いで思い出す必要は。
God, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight if I don't solve this mystery.
このままにしとくのもなんだか気持ち悪い。
Creepy, yeah.
何か思い出せそうなんですか？
わかんないからオカリンさん何か話して。
Something?
一体何が何なん？
Say something? The fact that Kagari responded this strongly to Kurisu's name meant there had to be some relationship. What could there possibly be? Dude, I don't know. The question was this: what had Kagari been doing ever since she separated from Suza in 1998? If she never met Maho, did she ever met Kurisu? Maybe she became friends with Kurisu and learned a lot about her. Then she'd gotten Kurisu's stories mixed up with her own memories? I don't think it's that simple. Or I remembered the machine that Kurisu had developed in the Alpha world line and came up with a certain hypothesis. I quickly told myself that it was impossible. Is this just alternative world line Kurisu right now? My eyes met Maho's. She nodded. Oh shit.
鏡。じゃあ、いくつか質問させてくれ。
For now, I wanted to learn how much Kagari knew about Kurisu.
君の父親はどこにいる？
パパは死んじゃった。子供の頃に。
And her memories were mixed. If her memories were mixed with Kurisu's, she wouldn't say that. Those are Kagari's memories. She said she remembered everything from before she was 10 years old. She'd only lost her memories after she'd separated from Suza in 1998. I'd have to go a little deeper.
それじゃあ、栗ご飯と言ったら何を思い浮かべる？
栗ご飯？何なの？
Don't interrupt me.
答えてくれ、かがり。
栗ご飯。
Her channel name. Yeah. Yeah, I did not say that, but she came up with it. Everyone else seemed confused, but I felt as if my heart was about to stop. How could she know? Kuri Gohan and Kamehameha was Kurisu's Edge channel handle. Not only did she keep that a secret, she almost never let anyone know that she posted on Edge channel. She never would have told anyone. How could Kagari know something that only Kurisu should know? More sweat was pouring down Kagari's forehead. Luca offered her a handkerchief, worried. Kagari nodded and took it.
かがり。
Oh shit.
タイムトラベルの主な理論がいくつあるか知っているか？
Holy shit. Maho looked like she wanted to say something, but I motioned for her to stay quiet.
11。
Dude, what is this whack ass shit right now? Kagari spoke clearly as if the answer was the most obvious thing in the world. Who doesn't know that, right? Right, guys? Right? Common knowledge. Common knowledge. That's all?
あれ？違ったかな？
I hadn't expected much when I'd asked the question. I certainly hadn't expected that. The terrifying possibility I thought of earlier was becoming more and more real. It was impossible, it had to be. The more I tried to convince myself, the more my fears grew.
11の理論を具体的に説明できるか？
中性子星理論。
Holy
それから
shit.
ブラックホール理論に光速理論、多気温理論、
That's
ワ
insane,
ーム
bro.
ホール理論、
Holy shit.
エキゾチック物質理論。
What in the fuck? Kagari was counting with her fingers and speaking with very little hesitation.
宇宙紐理論、量子重力理論、セシウムレーザー光理論、
Kagari be like, why do I know all of these useless fun facts?
素粒子リングレーザー理論、最後にディラック反粒子理論。
That shit's crazy.
全部合ってる。
Maho's voice was hoarse.
ねえ、岡部さん、私どうしてそんなこと知ってるんだろう。
I don't know. Kagari looked like she was about to cry a little.
もう一つ聞くが、
I'm also about to cry a little. What the
そ
fuck
れら
is
の理
this?
論を用いてタイムマシンは作れると思うか？
できないと思う。
Yeah,
ほう
that's also what Krisu said, right?
でもこの11の理論では作れないけど、 今後の科学の発展次第ではできなくもないじゃないかな。
That's exactly what Kirisu said during her presentation.
どうしてそう思う？
どうして？それはどうしてだろう。
じゃあ質問を変えよう。その考え方に行き着いたのはなぜだ？
わかんないけど。
I don't know.
ただなんとなく知ってたような。
That's so strange. She knew her. That meant the knowledge existed inside of her. But why did she have that knowledge? Had she been to Victor Condria at some point in the past and met Krisu there? Maybe they were close friends? No, I think like she somehow assimilated Krisu's memories inside of her during those like years that she was separated from Susa. I don't know how though. So close that Krisu would share her eggshell nickname, which she never told anyone? And then perhaps she mistook what she'd heard from Krisu for her own memories. That was the most obvious possibility. But that would go against what Krisu had said. Krisu said she didn't really have any close friends in America. She seemed to have developed a solid relationship with Maho at work, but the dark fear in my mind kept growing.
なあ、ヒアジョーさん。
Dude, what if she's a clone?
アマデウスは凍結されたと言っていたが、アップロードされていたクリスの記憶データってまだ存在するのか？
ええ、多分
Dude,
破
someone
棄はされていないはずだけど。
Dude, someone uploaded that shit inside of Kagari. Is it just a coincidence that they both look alike?
それってどれだけの人間がアクセスできたんだ？
ごく限られた人間だけよ。どこにも公表はしていなかったから。私やレスキネン教授、他に助手が何人か、そしてクリス。
Dr. Leskinen seems sus again.
ちなみにその記憶データを人間の脳に移植することって可能だったりするよな。
は？
Yeah, I'm going off my gourd right now. In the other worldline, Maho herself, or Dr. Leskinen to be precise, had said something about that at the ATF seminar, and I had experienced it myself. Through a machine that digitized human memories, sent them through time, and then back to the same person's brain. It didn't exist in this worldline, but I'd only lived in a worldline where it was developed in this very room. I'd once lived in a worldline, yeah. I'd used it far more times than I had ever wanted to, and because of that experience, I came up with an idea. A terrifying idea. Another way to explain what has happened to Kagari now. Well...
一体何よ。
マイスプーンを持ち歩いていたのはクリスなんだ。
Yeah.
大学でヒアジョーさんのことを先輩って呼んでいたのもクリスだけだ。
Yeah.
栗ご飯とカメハメハはクリスがアットチャンネルで使っていたコテハンだ。知っているのは本人以外だと俺くらいのはずだ。クリスならビクトル・コンドリア大学の研究室のことも知ってる。
Yeah.
マウス実験のことも知ってる。
Yeah.
11のタイムマシン理論についても知ってる。
Yup.
オカリンさん。
He's losing it, man.
どういうこと？何が言いたいの？
俺の思いついた仮説だ。
I looked around the room at everyone, then back at Kagari.
カガリ。もしかしたら君の頭の中にはマキセ・クリスの記憶が移植されているかもしれない。
That is insane, bro. That is insane.
カガリの頭の中にマキセ・クリスの記憶が入ってる。
Hi, Suza. Good to see you. Let me save my game after this insane revelation. Save. I'll overwrite this, sure. Overwrite. Holy shit. I guess it's easier than I thought. Like, maybe there's no fucking, like, doppelganger shit going on. But I don't know, they look alike as well. That can't be a coincidence, right? That Makisa and Kagari look alike. The fuck? Man! Okay, this is gonna go off the rails in the next episode, I'm pretty sure. Thank you very much for watching. This was a roller coaster of emotions, honestly. This game is really picking up, man. Every single choice that I'm making is kind of like making me lose my goddamn mind, bro. Every single new timeline. well, can't wait for next episode. Hope you guys can't wait either. And yeah, please hug your loved ones, and I'll see you guys next week, everyone. Sayonara, goodbye, and take care of your own spoons, everyone. Take your spoon with you. Bruh.